Welcome to Faith in Motion. That's our podcast. And we're going to do something different today. We are by the beach. We're in God's nature. And as you see as well, whenever we do something in nature, there is a new type of intro. So let's go.
Welcome to Faith in Motion, where modern minds meet timeless truths, where we keep it real, whether coaching, directing, or mentoring young minds, fostering marriage and relationships. It's all about becoming stronger, wiser, and ultimately drawing closer to God. We're tackling everything from life's tough lessons to building character, issues in the world, relationships, and a rock-solid faith. Let's get moving to becoming the kings and the queens we were born to be. Because faith without action is just talk. So let's put our faith in motion.
What's one thing about our marriage that has surprised you? Something you didn't expect when we first got married? So you go and then I'll add to it.
Something I didn't expect when we first got married. I think I didn't realize how much we would become more like each other.
Okay.
Like, I thought that, I was set in my ways.
They're cleaning the beach, guys. They're cleaning the beach.
So I thought I'd be set in my ways and I'd be like, I didn't realize how much I would change and start acting more like you. For example, my taste buds changed. Started liking the things you like.
Right.
And, so I didn't expect that to be as much, at least.
Right. I'll definitely say, well, I'll start from when we were dating, going into the marriage. So, how easily meshed we were. How we just, it was very natural, our relationship.
Yes.
It was very natural. We've always said that our relationship wasn't like something that was forced.
Right.
And I think that helped the marriage, even though the first year of the marriage, it was kind of, first year, 2 years.
It's a challenge.
On my part, it was like hard. It was a challenge. But in general, because we liked a lot of the same things, we saw the world and saw, obviously spiritually, we connected and agreed on many things, many topics on how to live, on many difficult topics. We agreed on those things as well. So that surprised me, I guess, of how easily we meshed together and how we flowed and how we saw God and how we saw the world and whatnot. Something you didn't expect when we first got married. So yeah, I guess it's 2 and 2. So I didn't expect it to mesh so easily. And yeah, how it would flow natural, and we wouldn't necessarily, I didn't expect how we would get over bumps easily. I shouldn't say easily, but
yeah, I would say easily.
Like I guess we don't
linger
on arguments for too long.
Yeah.
Maybe a day or that's it. That's it. All right, cool. How has our spiritual journey as a couple evolved over time? And where do you see God leading us next? So how has our spiritual journey as a couple evolved over time?
I think over time we've become more confident in our beliefs, and to the point where we were able to move away from traditional church. I think everybody had to during COVID, but for us it was kind of like where we were at as well, where we were just starting to analyze things and wanting to go deeper and wanting to also have a daily spirituality, something that is not superficial, something that is on the daily, something that transpires through our actions and through our daily lives. So I think we've grown a lot in that way where, we embody our spirituality, and to be able to be in this beautiful beach, on this beautiful beach right now, and still keep Sabbath.
Yes.
And, it's not something that was forced. It's more of a choice. A lot of people see, for example, the commandments as a list of do not, right?
Let me add to it. I would say that as a couple, we try not to be overly religious.
Right.
Be grounded in biblical truth. Be grounded in what Christ has said. Our God has said in the Bible. We observe the Bible as much as we can, 100%. Everything the Bible will believe, but yet not being overly religious and try to understand what Christ has asked us to do and how to live.
Just makes me think of that meme.
What?
Just think about the fact that flipping tables and whipping people down, chasing people down with a whip is part of the things that Jesus would do.
Yeah. The question was, what would Jesus do?
Right, exactly.
And being a part of that is that he actually made a whip and kicked people out of the temple.
Right, and flip tables. Jesus had a ratchet side.
Well, not ratchet.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean.
He had a serious side.
Right, but he also had a nice sense of humor. Right. And I think that also transpires in the way that, we live our faith. It's like we don't take it religiously in the sense that we take it too seriously. We enjoy life with it,
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. And where do you see God leading us next?
I would want us to be to the point where we could minister to others. I think that would be, the next step where we could take it places and share that with other people.
Yeah, I would say minister to others, but I think that's a daily thing for me. I want to do that almost every week, every day.
Right.
That's just how I am personally.
Right. Yeah, you're bold.
Especially now with the clothing that I wear, with the t-shirts that have certain scriptures on them, and just be able to embark on conversations with random people. That's just, I like to do those things. But also, as a couple, to not be afraid to tell our story, our overcomings, especially your story as well. Not being afraid to eventually one day write it in a book. I've always told my wife that she needs to write her story in a book, and as well as my story too. But we all have a story. We all have a testimony to give.
Right.
And through our testimony is how people come to God. And so.
Yep.
All right. Next question is, if we could accomplish one big goal together in the next 5 years, life, family, ministry, or business, what would it be?
Well, I think it would be our move. Us wanting to move and start over anew somewhere else. So to be able to accomplish that for me, I think it would be huge.
Right.
Because
without going in detail.
Right.
Yeah. Without going in detail, I'll definitely say, we don't want to speak things before they happen. As well.
At least not share before it happen. We'll speak it into existence.
Not share, well, to one another.
Right.
But not being afraid to be bold and do courageous things. That's what I would say. What is it?
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wherever it is we go, whether it's in the city where we're living now, whatever country we go, whatever ministry we do, is to be bold and courageous.
Right.
Do not be frightened. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9, right? I think that's what us as a couple, what our accomplishment is to say we've been bold, we've been courageous.
Right.
Starting a business.
Right.
Doing this, doing that. Saying this, saying that. It's about being bold and being courageous.
And like we were saying, it's just being a child, in God's hands. You know, it's like when you observe a toddler who wants to do something, the toddler doesn't think twice.
Right.
They just go for it.
Right.
And, you know, like we were saying, they know that their parents are watching. It's like, oh, if anything, they have me, they have my back.
Right.
So it's to have that same energy, to move in the same way where we're bold and we don't think twice about the things that we want to do, knowing who goes with us and before us, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Following topic in question is, what do you think is one of the biggest lessons God has taught us throughout our marriage, You want me to start that one?
Sure.
I'll say is, well, I mean, it's a continuous thing until we die, right? You know, but it's really and truly, you know, lately is more about being selfless, not being selfish, trying to really embody the man is supposed to be Christ to the woman, and the woman is supposed to be the church to Christ, to the man, sorry. So me really trying to embody what would Christ do for the church. So in the perspective of marriages, what am I supposed to be doing for my wife? And trying not to be selfish, because I know a lot of times that might be the issue for me and for men. You know, stop thinking that single mindset is what you would say.
Yeah.
Right, you know? So that's my perspective. You know, what do you think is one of the biggest lessons God is teaching me through marriage? Is definitely, it's not about you.
Right.
Which is what Christ is what Christ was all about.
Right.
Is that your life is not your own. It's not about you only, right?
I'd say for me, it's submission in so many different ways. Submitting to you as my husband and as the leader of this household, of our household and of our family. Submitting to him as God. I think for me, and I think maybe it's a woman thing, but you know, control has been so important for me in my life. And I felt like, you know, I had to be in control of things. And I felt like, you know, I can only go as far as I work hard to. And forgetting about grace, forgetting about being blessed and all these things. And so I think that one thing he's teaching me is to be at peace, to rest and know that, you know, I could submit to him, I could submit to his plan.
Right.
And therefore also submit to you as my husband as well.
Right.
You know, learning to let you lead and not wanting to be in control. And you know, with time I kind of feel like it's becoming more of a comfortable place to be in. At first it was really hard, and not being in control was kind of like, you know, a source of anxiety, I could say. But now I'm learning to just enjoy it and just, you know, be at peace with knowing that, you know, well, not only you got me as my husband, but also he got us, you know.
Yeah. Well, I won't be the husband that I'm supposed to be all the time. And so knowing that God is first, in the 3-chord string, you know, it's God, man, woman, child, right?
Right.
And so knowing that God is the first one in order, I have to be submitted to God first, so that she's taken care of it and she submits to me, and that she's taken care of it. So that's how it works, right? So I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And apologize for if the mic is sounding due to the wind. So if there's a lot of feedback due to the wind, if you guys are watching this video, we appreciate it. Like and subscribe as well. And hopefully we'll have many more. Bonus question and last question is, if we could take a faith/adventure sabbatical for 1 year, traveling or living somewhere with the family, parents, siblings, nieces and nephews, where would it be and why? So if we had the not the word finances, but what's another word?
The opportunity,
the luxury, the ability to go anywhere in the world. You know me when I say Jamaica, but you never know.
I was about to say, the way you said that, I was just pure patois.
To be honest, I'd probably have to say Africa.
Yes.
I would probably have to say Africa.
Yes.
To go, also touch Israel and Africa. You know, to go on the grounds of Bible history, Bible stories, to go to those historical places of the world.
Yes.
Africa for sure, to bring my family to Africa.
Definitely.
Because most people have been to the islands, right?
Right. I mean, most people from our side of the world.
Most people have the islands, since our background is the islands.
Right.
Most people have been to the islands.
Right.
Come from the islands, from our side. But people even from the islands or North America have never been able to say, oh, I've traveled to Africa.
Right.
I've traveled to Africa and been to Africa.
Right. It's more rare.
It's more rare. No, it's for most.
Because, well, I mean,
in North
it's
America,
it's far, it's expensive, and a lot of people don't know what
African
to expect.
descendants and Caribbean descendants, I would say so.
Well, I would say that the African descendants, they go back home. The Africans that I know, they go back home.
Yeah, even African American.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Black American, that's different.
Right.
You know, I'd say Black American only for the fact that like a lot of them do not know their roots, right? So there's like, where do I go back to?
That's
But
also
for
what the
people-
media has done.
Right.
To make us think of how we think of Africa is not what Africa is. Africa is such a growing economy, such a diverse people as well, and so
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with this, that that's a place that I would love to take my family, like the whole family. Your parents, my parents, our siblings, the nieces and nephews, all
South
the kids.
Africa,
Yes.
Ghana.
Yes.
Because we say Africa, but Africa is big, right?
Right.
So Africa is a big continent.
Yes.
Not country, continent.
Right.
But many countries.
Yes.
Yes, man.
Definitely Tanzania. I would go back.
Tanzania. Yeah. So guys, thank you for watching that episode. Thank you for my wife for coming in here. Blah. 1, 2, 3. Remember, keep your faith in motion. Boom.